Welcome all of you here once again in another session. We'll be discussing the All India Live Mock in a minute. Before I start, let me inform you that with your support, we are a family of 25 million users. I repeat, with your support, we are a family of 25 million users. On that occasion, we have this offer. One can grab flat 60% off, you heard it right, on SSC course subscriptions, batches, mock tests, anything you want. For example, the Super Elite, in which you get access to everything in the SSC stream, be the batches, the current ones, the upcoming ones, mock tests, and everything such in just one subscription. For railways also, use the code 25M, 25 million. It ends tomorrow. Do have a look. Thank you so much from our side to all of you for making this possible. Thanks a lot, and we start the live mock today. As always, I didn't attempt RCs. Will attempt them live with you, no problem. Fortunately, the rest of those were correct. Let's start without any delay. Reducing the brightness so that it is clearer to you. Yes, it is. Welcome, Chivalrous, Neha, and all of you here. Quick. Radhe Radhe. Welcome. Waiting for your response. Let me start. By the time the team arrived, by the time we reached the railway station, the train had departed. By the time I reached the cinema theater, the movie had already started. So when you mention a statement or a couple of statements with by the time, it usually defines one action happening before the other. So the first one which happened first is marked in past perfect tense, and the one which happened later in past indefinite tense. I repeat, the one which happened first in past perfect, the one which happened later in past indefinite. Just like after, before, I reached the railway station after the train had left, or the train had left before I reached the railway station, or when I reached the railway station, the train had left. That way. So by the time we got the tickets, the movie had started. By the time the police arrived, the thief had P3. Welcome, Hirsch. Good evening. Okay, so by the time the team arrived, they had already evacuated most of the residents. Done. Fraction local volunteers, they had A. Elimination. I did not know the meaning of this word, but as per the usage, we can eliminate. Yes. Good evening, Vaishnavi. Welcome. Okay. Sailor knew the rocky chine of the island quite well. So for a sailor, for a rock, I think that can be the edge. I swear I didn't know the meaning of this word, but you can eliminate the options. Yes, you are correct. Sailor knew the rocky edge, in my opinion. In my opinion, I said, and you have to use common sense also during examinations. We come across many new words, in my opinion. Islands, okay, for the island, that should be similar. Stream had cut a deep chine in the cliff. Okay, you say island, you say cliff, you say rock. They should be the similar one. They hiked down the steep path of the wooded chine to reach the beach. I think the same path, rock, island, beach. The butcher carved a thick chine of pork into the Sunday roast. Here I can't see any island or any beach or any cliff. My answer was D, and common sense, I would say that was correct. Let's see the actual description. Homonym is a word, yes, okay. In the original statement, CHINE refers to a geographical feature, a ridge, the backbone of a hill, deep, narrow ravine. Using the same. In D, it defines meat or the animal's backbone. Okay, done. Thank you. Next. Obviously, correct degree of comparison, more faster, double comparative. Faster too, it's not senior, junior, superior, inferior. More faster, impossible. Faster than, the only possibility. Simile, we better identify usually with the help of like and as. Ankit, Amalesh, Varsha, welcome. Exactly. The assignment was a breeze is metaphor. Stars winked in the night sky is personification. Stars are winking, personified. Time is a thief is metaphor again. Simile, similarity. His laughter was like a bubbling brook, like as usually make similes. Use of indefinite article N. Thank you. There is an universal. The first one has a vowel sound, sorry, consonant sound, not a vowel sound, because it is starting universal. Y sound out there. Uniform, another y sound. Usual, another y sound, but that was an unusual the vowel sound. Y, unusual situation. Done. Exactly. For the consonant sounds, A. For the vowel sounds, N. Great, exactly. Her, analysis, insightful, adjective. Strategy is a noun, and with the help of conjunction and, we use two things of the same kind. She is beautiful and intelligent, two adjectives. I read the book carefully and thoroughly, two adverbs. Anything such, Ram and Sham, two noun. Between you and me, two pronouns. So there should be a couple of adjectives here because we have a noun. Her analysis, insightful analysis, in my opinion, strategic analysis of the market trends impressed the entire board. Rest of all are correct. Impressed, the main verb out there. Insightful, adjective for the noun. Market trends, compound word. Strategy, no noun, but strategic analysis. There should be an adjective here. That's it. Yes, I think of, I think the same should be there. No problem. What they mark. Strategic. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Legible, which can be read, can understand. Illegible, cannot be understood, cannot be read. So the ancient manuscript which was written by hand was marked blank space due to deterioration. Okay, spell check of illegible. Could have been fine, legible, but double L it is. Legible with a double L, the first one. No double G, no B-E-L. It's B-L-E. Exactly. Water is indispensable to life and agriculture, a part and parcel of life and agriculture. Traditional farming methods like crop rotation, grazing rotation were blank space of water's crucial role. They were, okay. Throughout the passage, they are praising the ancient methods that were aware of the use of water. Read this line. Ensuring water sources remained, the theme is positive, for future generations, for future harvests. Today, water scarcity is. These age-old practices offer valuable, so the tone is positive. Exactly. Water is indispensable. Traditional methods like this or that were blank space of water's crucial role. They were aware of water's crucial role, what the role of water is. Cheerful, we are not talking about human beings so that they can show feelings and emotions like cheerful or sad and such. No. Successful methods were successful of water's role. Pitiful is a negative word. These methods were mindful. That means these methods were designed keeping in mind water's crucial role. So, yeah, obviously. By rotating crops, seasonally alternating grazing areas, ancient agriculturists allowed land to blank space, description marked, preventing soil degradation and optimizing water usage. So if something prevents soil degradation, optimizes water usage, that is going to, So silent. Okay. Scoff. Make a mockery of someone. We are not laughing at someone here. Deride is once again ridiculous. They are the same somehow. So we are not mocking at someone. Acclaim, praise. Rotating crops in that people allowed land to praise. Praising whom? To recuperate, restore health. Restore health. So the word in this tone, in this context, optimize will be synonymous to this. We have this crop. Now, if we continue the same, then water scarcity will be there. So we keep on rotating crops seasonally that allowed water to optimize, recuperate, regain health, usage, status. The only positive one out there. These techniques promoted sustainability by harnessing natural cycles and ensuring water resources or water sources remained blank space for future harvests. Yes, convalescent, restoring good health. Great. Yes, yes, yes. So these techniques promoted sustainability by harnessing water natural cycles and ensuring water sources remained, what should I say, usable. Water sources remained usable for future harvests. Usable, they can be used in the future also. No scarcity. Blunt is the opposite of sharp, so will be a negative word here. This is arrogant. We are not defining someone's feeling and such. Stagnant will be the same. So it won't show it can be used again. Stagnant, constant, the same. Maybe positive, maybe negative, the same way there. Viable, feasible, usable, can reuse that for future harvests. A better choice than stagnant. Stagnant is constant. Maybe something which is not working is stagnant, not working, but it can be used again. Feasible, viable. These age-old practices offer valuable insights, strategy. The previous question we had, insightful, strategic, obviously. Uh, obviously, insights, strategy, lessons, because you're praising that. Rumors is a negative one. Etiquette is manners. We are not talking about someone's way of talking, way of eating, way of sitting and such. No. Spasm, muscle contraction. So out of context. To go the whole hog, we have gone through a part of PYQs. Obviously, to go the whole hog is to do something completely. Whole hog. Eat a large meal, it's not about eating only. Reckless? No. Raise pigs? Why? Do something completely and thoroughly. I think we remember this. A common one from PYQs. Passive voice. Done. Verbs are the most important words in a sentence. Hello? Okay, you are answering this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, I thought these are the answers to the previous one. Has to be, present indefinite with an infinitive. Will have, why? Is, but that's has. Had, but that's not past. Has to be. Done. T again? No. Hmm. She is trained by him for playing basketball. She is trained, present indefinite. But Suraj train will not be possible because Suraj is a singular subject and singular subject takes an I. S-E-S to the verb. No, no, no. He go to school, he goes to school. That is past. Perfect. That's indefinite. That's it. Okay, let's solve RC's live. Here we go. The Great Vowel Shift, talking about English, which took place between 14th to 18th century, make one of the most significant phonological transformations in the history of English language. Fortunately, I know this. The Great Vowel Shift, particularly in the 17th century, involved a systematic change in the pronunciation of long vowels. Each vowel sound was raised. Highest vowels were turned into diphthongs. Middle English pronunciation of time, which was team, house pronounced whose. It was would, should back then. L was pronounced in would and should also. Got changed in this great vowel shift. These changes did not occur uniformly across the regions or at the same pace, but collectively reshaped the sound of system of English and contributed to the growing divergence between English spelling and pronunciation. Parallel to these phonetic transformations, standardization of English was taking shape, driven by social, political, technological forces. Invention of printing press, 15th century, played a decisive role in establishing correct spelling conventions and stabilizing written forms. Choice of London dialect, which was already gaining prestige due to its association with commerce, governance, literature, helped it emerge at the basis of standard English. Rise of national conscience, no conscience, consciousness, the growth of education, and the influence of further reinforced linguistic uniformity. Together, the Great Vowel Shift and the movement towards standardization transformed English from a collection of regional dialects into a more unified national language. However, while spelling remained largely fixed, after the printing revolution, pronunciation continued to evolve, creating the inconsistencies and irregularities that modern learners still face today. Period marks the beginning of modern English, stage where historical change, influence combined to give the language its distinct modern identity. Which of the best summarizes the primary argument? The Great Vowel Shift simplified English pronunciation for future speakers, together shaped modern English, directly caused phonetic changes, printing press, permanently ended regional variations in English. Hello, waiting for your answers. No, the main emphasis is not Harsh to end local variations or dialects. That's not the main emphasis. The primary argument of the passage. What is this passage all about? Now, did it simplify? It did not. See, while spelling remained fixed, pronunciation continued to evolve, creating inconsistencies, irregularities that we still face today. So pronunciation hasn't been simplified. No. Great vowel shift, yes, it is defining. Standardization together shaped modern English. Yes, that's how the great vowel shift and movement towards standardization transformed English into a collection of this that we call modern English today. Yes, no problem. Printing press caused major phonetic changes. No, printing press for spelling, not for phonetic. How can book change pronunciation? Can fix spelling? No, it didn't and. That's not the main emphasis. Should be B and is B. Directly written, everyone, if you have an objection. Together, the great vowel shift and the movement towards standardization transformed English from a collection of this into a national language that we call modern English. Done. Doubts welcome. Tone of the author, nostalgic, critical, analytical. Whoa. Oh, that's fine, nostalgic and reflective, but you have to make a choice over here. Better. At a first glance, however, I don't answer that way. Nostalgic, yes, bringing things from past, but sentimental, the author is not showing any feelings. No. Critical, no. No doubtful, skeptical. Playful and humorous, no humor, jokes, nothing such. Analyzed properly, and yes, putting things of past to be reflective. Yes. Which sentence contains a relative clause? Great. Relative clause. Done. Adverb clause of place, adverb clause of time, adverb clause of reason, adverb clause of condition, but relative clause. Great. Now chivalrous, that's why I said where will define some place, not relative pronouns in general. Okay, see, where for place. No relative clause here. No relative clause here. But you can see this, which was, which, relative pronouns. Who, whom, which, that also in this list. Okay, so yes, fortunately. Prestige nearly means we have heard n number of colleges, the names of which is prestige. In the passage, because they are close. Just a sec. Prestige. Where is that word, prestige? It should have wasted my time. Prestige. Okay, which was already gaining prestige. I'm not sure. Influence, I won't say. Authority, I won't say. But it may be popularity. It may be reputation also. Not sure. His choice of the dialect, native conversation and such, that language was already gaining popularity due to its association with commerce, governance and literature, helped it emerge as the basis of standard English. Rise of this reinforced linguistic uniformity. I am not wasting time, but yes, ambiguity here. Just a sec. Let me finalize my answer. which was gaining prestige, is actually reputation. But that may be popularity here. Prestige, your standard, status, stature, should be reputation, may be wrong, solving it live. And that reinforced uniformity. See, we're not talking about being popular here. Thank you. Thank you. No, 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 no. When you say prestige, that's your status, that's your value, that's your worth. And that was already gaining prestige, status. It had some status. That's a good language, that's a good dialect and such. So, a better choice. I didn't say that's wrong, but a better choice. Okay. Yes, traffic will be diverted the side streets. Prevent is not divert. Avert is also prevent, not divert. Expose is not divert, but divert will be change the direction of. Redirected. Obviously synonymous. Obstreperous. Options can be eliminated. Prevent is to stop. Expose should be revealed. Exactly. Obstreperous, noisy, wild that way. Frantic, trapper. Okay. I said options can be eliminated quite easily. Quiet, silent, peaceful, all the same, just one. However, obstreperous, not that difficult a word. Do remember this. Yes. They arrived blank space to secure the best seats. Lazily, loudly, adversely, early. In order to secure the best seats, for example, on a train, we arrive obviously early to get the best seat. Lazily won't give me best seat. Loudly is not how we arrive, we speak, fight, shout. Adverse will be opposite. How would we arrive oppositely and such? Early, in order to get the best seats. They embarked on a blank space to Mars. Motion, duty, cognition. Obviously, as a student, in order to get the first seat or the second seat in a class, we have to reach early. We have to arrive early. Respect. Obviously, we have heard mission to Mars. Motion is movement to Mars. Duty is responsibility to Mars. Cognition, understanding, I would say. Incognito window of your Chrome, not visible, but cognition, yes, I know that. Perceptible that way. Mission to Mars, I think need not define. He tried to stop the truck using its blank space as the children enjoyed their cognitive, something which is perceptive. Your brain can, what should I say, understand. Your brain can be aware of, can check, can sense, can know. Obviously, he tried to stop the truck using its brake. No, that's the lunch break actually. Brake, that's opposite actually. Brakes okay, brake, lunch break, perfect. Braid, I think is a jerk, if I'm not wrong. We'll check. But not appropriate, you better know. Not appropriate, you better know. Yes. Confirming that brake part. Braid is a, yes, sudden movement or jerk. Exactly. Exactly. Models take fresh, V1, the fourth panacea. They don't take any other verb form. Yes. Models with SES, models with ING, models with V2, V3, models with a V1. You don't show me the question, you just show me the answers. I'll pick D because nothing else is possible. One who has two wives. Yes, yes. Weaken, strengthen, widen, lessen, Lessen. Thank you. Bigot, the one who is biased, having prejudiced views, not having two wives. Botany, come on, that's botany, zoology, no two wives. Bi, but lingua, tongue, can speak two languages perfectly. Bi and gummy, Gamy, marriage. So the one who has two marriages, two wives, bigamist. Object which is thought to bring good luck. Yes, that will be correct. Will weaken. That's correct, no problem. Okay, the first one gives you money. No, Kindle is fire. Kindle is fire. Fire, fire. Franchise, we better know for this IPL, WPL, this franchise, that franchise, we better know. That is your payment for your work. Fire, talisman. Object which is thought to bring good luck. I repeat, remuneration, payment for your work. Franchise, you better know in IPL, this franchise, that franchise. Kindle is fire. Just one option after elimination. You are taking time for this. I probably answered this in 5 seconds, probably, if I'm not wrong. Obviously, when you say kindly, I see request. First one, no request. Second one, no request. Fourth one, no request. Done. Probably 5 seconds I took. 7 seconds. See? Perfect, Harsh. Exactly. Exactly. Rest of the options will be checked when they have the appropriate meaning. Kindly ensure you are requested. Done. Just one statement defining request. Saving time, going ahead. Just one keyword is sufficient. Pick the subject, pick the verb. Indian Hope Jyoti won the first ever gold. I checked A and C. That's it. AC in the first one, possible. AC, nope, nope, nope. Before clicking, give me 5 more seconds. I'll check DBAC. Just confirming. D. Where is D? Okay, that's D. On Thursday, in rain or during rain, okay, on a wet track, Indian Hope Jyoti won the first ever gold. Perfect. Need not check the others. No. See, that's the rare process by which an organism's remains are preserved in rock. Let's start step by step. First of all, burial, pronounced burial, not burial. This rapid burial, sorry. No, even before that we have a sentence. Sorry. After an animal dies, the body must be buried quickly, copying those words. Rapid, this, demonstrative adjective you have. Rapid burial, copying. So I would start with Q. Once animal dies, body is buried quickly, here or there. This rapid burial, Q and S must be together. And Q must come first, S then. QS. QS, okay, in the beginning. Animal dies, then we start the process. QS, no. QS, no. QS, yes, but R before that, no. No. That will be the eventual stage. Let's go ahead then. After an animal dies, body is buried quickly. This rapid burial protects the remains from this and that. Now, PR. Over a vast period of time now, after burying it, minerals replace the original bone, which creates a rock-like copy because the bone has now been replaced with minerals, which creates a rock-like copy, which is now a fossil. So I would say that's the ending statement. That's the first statement, starting with Q, ending at R, all satisfying in the first one. Doubts, welcome. So easy to answer. That's so easy, everyone. How we launch a rocket. How we launch a rocket. That's explained. 341. Now, in my opinion, that's not correct, or that should not be correct. First of all, you put the rocket at the launch pad, the enormous rocket. Descriptive. Because no other statement is defining that much. Moved to the launch pad. We are going to launch a rocket. We are putting it at the launch pad. Starting with 3, and the satellite was successfully deployed in its orbit, ending at 2. Unfortunately, all the statements are ending at 2, all the options, and a couple of options are starting at 3. Okay, either A or C. Now 1-4 or 4-1. You are putting a rocket at a launch pad. Done. Which statement will come first? Obviously, the rocket's powerful engines ignited. First of all, engines will start with a massive roar, then it lifts off the ground slowly, then rapidly gaining speed, then it is deployed in the orbit. I would say 1-4. I don't know if 4-1 is the answer. Obviously, that's how the process goes ahead. You put something at the launch pad, then you start the engine, ignited, ignition starts. Then it gains speed slowly first, then gaining speed, then it is deployed. Hmm? Yes, of course, it'll start with C, yoga. That's something we have discussed across the passage. So C is there at 2. What do you think? Should and B should be the ending statement, or D should be the ending statement? Done. C is the first one for sure. What do you think is going to end it better? B or D? Vaishnavi, B? No. See, yoga has that physical postures, breathing exercise, meditation techniques, holistic well-being. Now we are defining that whole. Not just the physical realm, it helps improving flexibility, strength, balance, while also supporting your mental clarity and relaxation. And I would consider this flexibility, strength, and balance with your breathing exercise, balanced, cool, calm, composed. So I think C straight takes B. Regular practice of yoga has been associated with reducing stress level. So that's the mental level, stress level, enhancing mindfulness. Once again, that mental, promoting sense of inner calm. Once again, mental. Now, additionally, moreover, can contribute to better. Now, these are the additional components. Sleep quality, increased self-awareness, improved mental, emotional health, additional sleep quality, I would say, is additional. Third point, first of all, physical. Second point, mental. Third point, these additional ones. I would start with C, B photocopy, mentioning those 3 points a little further, then A and D. If I'm wrong, kindly excuse me, but that's the flow of the sentences available. Good evening, Nitish. Welcome, brother. Okay, I have a class at 5, so got to hurry up a little. Yes, Minister told his associate he had been playing to the gallery. Past perfect continuous, either past continuous or present perfect continuous. I played, past indefinite becomes past perfect. No, past continuous becomes past perfect continuous. Will becomes would. Am playing, was playing. Past continuous, past perfect continuous. Once upon a time in the city of there lived a wealthy man named was commonly known self-made millionaire who had built his empire from the ground up. Success in various business ventures had elevated him to a position of prominence, affluence, man of ambition, unwavering raw work ethic, believed in the power of determination, dedication, and imparted these values to his children also. However, in pursuit of wealth, he inadvertently distanced himself from family, which happens, showered them with material possessions, but lacked the warmth, love, connection they wanted. Time passed. The family grew up with every luxury but felt an emptiness within their hearts. Grandeur of their mansion and the opulence of their lifestyle failed to compensate for the lack of genuine bond with their father. Realizing the void, empty space he had unintentionally created, he embarked on a journey of self reflection, recognized money alone could not bring happiness, and decided to make amends. Dedicated himself to spending quality time with the children, engaging in activities they enjoyed, actively listening to their dreams and aspirations. Gradually, the ice between them began to disappear. Break the ice, start a conversation. They discovered shared interests, newfound respect for one another. Family realized that their father's wealth had never been a measure of his love for them, was simply a byproduct of his relentless determination. Years went by, the family became a shining example of how wealth and love could coexist harmoniously. The newfound understanding of importance of familial bonds transformed him into a devoted father and mentor. Lives became filled with laughter, adventure, cherished memories that no money can buy. Okay, how did his transformation impact the family? Done. Quick. That's like school story. hmm They experienced a strain. That's a negative word. After transformation, they become close to the family. They discovered shared interests, respect for each other, one another. After the transformation, initially he was focused on money, his dedication, and such, but now he realized I should have some time for my family also. And now they discovered, now the ice got escaped, I should say. They discovered shared interests, newfound respect for one another. They became focused on materialistic possessions? No. They experienced a strain in the relation? No. Became even work ethic. He focused on money more? No. They found their shared interests. They found respect. What caused the distance between he and his children? Between him and his children, I'm sorry. Done. Not done. We have two, three close options. Okay, straight answer. Ankit, not seconds possible, brother, but this is sheer practice. Since I know you, you are not a newcomer, just sheer practice. The more you, okay, tomorrow when you come to class, please remind me, I'll inform you practically. But everyone watching it live or later, do develop reading habits for your lifetime. People you know or probably admire, Elon Musk, the richest one, Bill Gates, say, uh, founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, and everyone such reads on a daily basis. Daily basis, I repeat. Reading gives us something I can't explain, to be honest. And yes, beneficial for the examinations also. We have to pick one option because I don't know, should I infer or answer directly? He believed in the power of determination, dedication, and he gave these values to his children also, family also. So, determination, dedication cannot be lack of material possessions, full of material possessions. Opposite answer. He gave him this to them. He showered them with material possessions, lacked warmth and connection they wanted. What caused the distance? I don't know, maybe wrong, solving it live before you. If we answer straight, then in the same line, however, in his pursuit of wealth, he, however, inadvertently, not directly, distanced himself from the family. He showered them with all the material possessions, but lacked the warmth, love, I said, and connection they wanted. No, no, yes, if direct answers required, yes, if inference required. I don't know. My impulse of mind, what I click. I would not pick D, just a sec. The previous line says he was a man of ambition, unwavering work ethic, and he told all these things to his children also. Probably C, fortunately correct. That was so close. Answer could have been D also. Answer could have been D also. What prompted the realization about his relation with the children? What made him realize? Quick. Yes. Realizing that emptiness he had unintentionally created, he embarked on a journey of self reflection. So he realized. That's it. Constant complaints are not there in the passage. No advice from a close friend is there in the passage. No book he read about parenting is there in the passage. But yes, he realized that money alone, he recognized, realized that money alone cannot bring happiness. Money alone cannot bring happiness. Straight from the passage. Title of the passage. Rags to riches, wow. And why? Mm, these are also close options. Yes, to me also. Price of wealth is not defined in the passage. No. He changed himself. So I can't. Yes, a father's journey to rediscover family is there, but not at the price of wealth. That's not the emphasis. From rags to riches. No one was poor in the passage from rags. Should have defined a journey. Somebody was poor, was begging, and then he became so rich. No, 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 no. Power of determination, yes. His rise to prominence and family. Luxury, loneliness, finding true happiness beyond the material possessions. Both seem okay. The power of determination. His rise to prominence and family, reconcile, to restore friendly relations with. I would pick this better because that's the emphasis of the passage, defining luxury first, then loneliness, then and then finding true happiness. C is not wrong, but D is a much better choice. Yes, thank God. Yes. Okay, finishing those in next 5-7 minutes. Yes. Done. No. Vaishnavi, did you have is past indefinite? Past indefinite becomes past perfect. And that's past indefinite because perfect takes a third form after that. It doesn't have a third form. Hello? You are taking time on this. Welcome. Hey, good evening. Hey, dear. CD में कोई difference? He told to, said to. Now, quickly answer. Thank you. You got it. Did you have past indefinite becomes past perfect? No. If you have, that's not a conditional clause. We don't have if as a conjunction there that is already given. That's the one we are putting for the interrogative statements. So if you say, if you do this, comma, there should be another statement. No. Now, do you have an appointment? Do you have an appointment? Both are correct. But do you have an appointment is not telling, and tell is a ditransitive verb. Cannot take the preposition to after that. The only choice. A suaj can eliminate the options. By the way, it's soothing, soothe, alleviate, mitigate, soothing, inflame. Out of elimination also answer D. Soothing, mitigating, reducing, alleviating, reducing, 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 inflame, fire. That will be opposite. So the only antonymous option given. Yes, I heard it on the grapevine where people were talking about this. I heard it there. That means I heard it. No, 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 no. Alleviate rahat. You understand Hindi? किसी बुरी चीज की इंटेंसिटी में राहत. कोई चीज पहले बहुत खराब थी, अब थोड़ी कम खराब हो गई है, राहत है. फ्लड, volcano, COVID, and such. Mm. From levity, levitating, alleviate. Opposite is aggravate, Ankit. वो होता है खराब करना. Aggravate. I heard it on the grapevine where people were sitting and discussing something. I heard it there. May be true, may not be true. Source of trouble? No. I heard it there. May be true, may not be true. No trouble out there. To be someone's guest? No. Heard it there on the grapevine? May not be true. Maybe that's a rumor. No, 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 no. Actually, that's not rumor particularly, but that I heard it from an unofficial source. I heard it from an unofficial source, not the official source. That's the meaning. Like straight from the horse's mouth, official, unofficial. Spell check. Obviously, inconsistent has this E, not A, in between. Say, structure, structural, all okay. Intrigue, complex, full of creativity is all correct. Inconsistence, inconsistent, inconsistency, that's the problematic one. You wait a minute. I come in a minute. Just dropping a message that I'll start the session in 5 minutes. It'll at least take 5 minutes to finish this. Okay. The father said to his son, "Are you spending wisely?" The father asked his son, "Whether was he?" That's interrogative, should be assertive. The father asked his son if he was spending wisely is good. Present continuous, past continuous. Father asked his son if he had been, past perfect, should have been present perfect. No, spent, past indefinite. Why? The only choice. Finishing things in 5 minutes. Starfish. Members of exhibit a remarkable capacity of regeneration, phenomenon that has long captivated biologists seeking to make clear the complex cellular molecular mechanisms underlying tissue reconstruction and resilience. Unlike many whose regenerative abilities are confined to localized tissue repair, starfish can reconstruct entire limbs and in certain circumstances regenerate complete individuals from fragmented portions of their central disc, provided a sufficient segment of the central body remains intact. Just a sec. They can regenerate complete individuals from fragmented portions of their central disc, provided sufficient segment of the central body remains intact. Okay. This extraordinary regenerative power, referred to as autotomy induced morphogenesis, involves a highly coordinated sequence of events, beginning with the differentiation of specialized cells at the site of injury into the state, which allows proliferation and subsequent redifferentiation, I'm so weak at this, into multiple distinct cell lineages. The ensuing stages encompass the dynamic reorganization of the extracellular matrix, establishment of polarity axes. Haven't got any answer wrong so far. We'll get them wrong now. And the incremental redevelopment of skeleton osseous, whatever it is, and water system components indispensable for locomotion, respiration, feeding. Significantly regenerative efficiency varies among species, conditions, status, and the size of excised, okay, fragment, indicating the both intrinsic genetic regulation and extrinsic ecological factors modulate the process. Extensive research has revealed that regenerative success is contingent upon the temporal and spatial expansion of evolutionarily conserved genes associated with cellular proliferation. Apoptosis inhibition and morphogen gradient formation, highlighting striking parallels with developmental pathways typically observed during. Moreover, events are accompanied by elaborate biochemical signaling, including activation of factors, transcriptional regulators, which collectively re-establish the complex pentaradial symmetry. Oh my God. Of the starfish body plan. Investigations into starfish regeneration thus provide profound insights into development plasticity, tissue this and evolutionary persistence of regenerative capacities, in offering potential translational implications for regenerative medicine, tissue engineering, and biometric design. In this context, the regeneration is revealed not merely as a reparative response, but as a genetically orchestrated ontogenetic genesis. I leave. Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe. See you tomorrow. In which cellular and tissue level processes are reinitiated, coordinated, executed to restore functional morphology, exemplifying the latent capacity of adult organisms to recapitulate developmental programs long after initial Hey Bhagwan has concluded, and illustrating the remarkable adaptability and resilience inherent to certain marine invertebrates. I know today is Monday, realized. What is the meaning of which word of the passage is derived by adding a Greek origin suffix to the meaning creation or formation? Done. Thank God root words may help us. Quick, have a class. No. Genesis is the beginning of something. Differentiation doesn't define creation. This is genetic from that, and there is no root word of generate in this. Genes, genesis should be this. Fortunately, with the help of root words, I can say Genesis, the beginning of something. Genesis. So that should be appropriate. No problem. Which of the following marks a paradox mentioned in the passage? My goodness. I'm happy with the current score. I declare. Quick, hello everyone. They are incapable of any tissue repair, can survive severe injury. Generation involves reactivating development programs long after. No. If I had time, I would answer. No. Your answer, and I click this. No problem if it gets wrong. Okay, whichever we click, not sure about that. No problem. The answer is B. Starfish regeneration involves reactivating developmental programs along this. Should have been defined somewhere. Passage highlights the paradox, things which are defining two opposite actions, reactions. Adult organisms can recapitulate. That's a paradoxical one because developmental programs are typically associated with this. Yet they can reactivate them and to regenerate entire and complete them. Okay. I have class, excuse me for that. Fortunately, we have got each an answer correct, so can consider this wrong, no problem. You please go through the passage. What function does the phrase allows proliferation and subsequent this into this and that serve in the sentence? Allows. That should be which allows then, I think. Quick. Okay, let me answer. If you had asked which allows, should have been adjective phrases. Adjective clause. Allows is a verb, not an adjective clause. No adverb clause, can't be noun. That should be verb phrase. Allow is a verb, you better know. Last. Oh my goodness. Which phrase summarizes the core theme of the passage? They exhibit limited tissue repair? No. It exemplifies the reactivation may not be in adults. Uncoordinated, I shouldn't say. Fortunately, I got this wrong. Dropping that one. Dropping that one. Okay. Yes, that's what is happening. Regeneration exemplifies the reactivation of developmental programs over there. Okay. Except the last two, 43 and 45, which we have to infer, and I have a class running right now. So please excuse me. The rest of those were so easy and comfortable that we must have done those. Okay, before I finish, let me mark the 2 courses have started. Apart from the sale that's going on, thanks a lot for making us a family of 25 million here at Oliveboard. Thanks everyone, and see you in these courses. For CGL Tier 2, Crash Course 3.0 for revision and practice, English medium, and for CGL 2026, the complete foundation course 3.0. Okay, bye-bye, take care, be safe, everyone. Thank you so much, everybody here. Thank you, everyone. Chivalrous, Vaishnavi, Mohini, and all of you here. See you.